Hello, everybody. That's a new feature. Live chat replay. That ought to make this a hell of a lot more entertaining so that you guys know exactly what I'm actually talking about. Every time I come in here to do this, it's something a little bit different. What's up, Sarah? Hi, Becky. Hopefully my eyes aren't too low. My face still feels a little bit puffy. For those of you who are in my Facebook group, you know I took an ambulance ride to the hospital last night due to an allergic reaction. Good times. I'm feeling better. I'm a little groggy. What's up, Miss Twiggy? Robin King. No, I'm feeling a little groggy because they shot me full of all kind of allergy medication at the hospital last night. And then I had to continue to take Benadryls overnight because the side of my face started getting numb again. It was a blast. So I'm not driving anywhere today. I am sitting on the couch doing laundry. Sent out a couple of postcards, you know, things that I can do that won't harm other people. Oh, that's probably the wife. So, I want to start doing... No. I want to start doing these live stream videos. Wow. No, they never know. New to my channel, started watching about a week ago. I'm glad I'm up to see live for the first time. Well, I'm glad you're, I just put your postcard in the mail there, Jennifer. And they never know when I have an allergic reaction. I gotta send a quick message here. This is ridiculous. This makes for wonderful programming. The mother of my child is sending me text messages bitching at me. So anyway, what I was saying is I want to start doing these live stream videos, but I want to do them on Thursday evenings, like 7 o'clock or something, to talk about the videos that were let out that week. However, I was unable to do that last night, having been in the ER. So with the... no, man, the ants were a week ago. Actually, I don't know when the video came out for you guys. I forget. That was Tuesday's video. That actually happened like 10 days ago. That the videos are a bit more bottled up now so that I actually have some to... I'm actually holding them back a while. I was going to wait until the 25th of March, but I couldn't wait. No, those ants are... That was a long time ago in relation. The scabs on my arms have even healed. But so I just want to get some thoughts and opinions on the new editing styles, things you guys like about the new editing styles, things you may not like about it, something that you'd maybe like to see because each episode is going to have a different theme. So far there was the Breaking Bad theme, and then there was Law and Order theme. But yeah, the next one's a different theme, and then the one after that's a different theme. So, but yeah, that'd be 12 p.m. in the UK. Where I'm at, yeah, I'm 5 hours behind you. I'm 5 hours behind the UK. And the reason I know that is because my brother lived there in Bristol and then in Edinburgh. It was Edinburgh for about 10 years. The Law and Order one was cool. I thought the starting with a black screen at the beginning of the Breaking Bad episode I thought was kind of interesting, but in hindsight I don't think a lot of people get it. Because even when you go back into where I rehashed some of the stuff to tell you that it was going to be a while before the videos came out, or you go back to the truth about Florida, people actually think that my name is Walter White. They don't know who Walter White is. My name is not Walter White. And if they haven't seen that show, they don't understand how cool that is. Hey, you and me both, Urbex. I was in the hospital last night. So don't feel bad. They'll always be there. Unless YouTube takes them down, because Little Nobody is no longer going to be on my channel because her mother is wonderful. And I'm not going to risk what little bit of time I still get with Little Nobody to put her on my channel anymore. So in an effort to keep her mother from calling me a shitbag trash picker, and not wanting her kid in any of my videos, not caring that she's also my child, but so she will no longer be part of the channel, at least not in this context. I want to I'm going to go in cycles with these things. I've talked about starting another channel in the past for the custom auto body shop that's across the bridge, but I can't seem to get that guy on board. I've already got the channel set up, it's there, but I can't seem to get him on board. So seeing as when I make cooking videos, nobody ever watches them anyway, I only get like 200 hits, and in the grand scheme of the channel making money, I want to say that every single cooking video that I've done so far has made me like 52 cents. So I'm not going to worry about that on here. I'm going to re-download the cooking videos that I've done from this channel when I get a day and start a sister channel, Nobody's Kitchen. And perhaps one day it'll catch on, perhaps one day it won't, but in an effort to keep things separated so that you don't have to dig and dig and dig and dig and dig, I'm going to just move the cooking stuff over to a different channel, and it'll be listed over there instead. But it's going to take a little bit for that, because the new editing style on the videos that I'm doing, it used to only take me about 2 hours to make a video. Hey, the Philly cheesesteaks were awesome. I've made them 3 times since I made that video, because I'd never made them for my wife. I'd forgotten I knew how to make them. But I just totally lost track of it. Anyway, all the cooking stuff's going to be somewhere different. And in the context of that, if Little Nobody wants to be in those videos, she can be in those videos, but she's not going to be in anything else on this channel. I make money on an app called H.A.L.O. They pay on money to your PayPal. I have no idea what that is, and I've got my YouTube set up the way it is. That, I mean, it's making about, well, it's making enough for us to break even in what it cost us to go out and do the diving, to have bought the new laptop, to keep up with equipment that keeps breaking. Like I need to order a new tripod. My big one still works. My little one's a piece of shit. I need to buy a different flash, gas, trash bags. I'm thankful for the 2 folks that sent in the Clorox wipes. Yeah, I got way better things to do with my life than sit around and answer trivia questions on an app. And it's getting ready to get back into my my busy season, where you know, in the wintertime everything I do gets cut in half, and spring has sprung in Charleston, and starting Monday I'm back full-time at work. So it's going to be, which is part of the reason why I wanted to delay these videos a little bit, but I've at least got 2 more in the queue that are ready to go up. So depending on what my schedule is, we can make more. But no, anyway, I forgot. There's what I was saying about the how much longer it takes to make the videos now than it used to take me, because of all the little clips and sound effects and things that I'm adding to it in an effort to try to make a better quality, better quality product. Like the chasing down the Cartman telling his mom that Kitty was being a dildo, things like that that'll make people laugh, to keep them entertained. Because I found for myself, even going out and doing what we're doing is becoming mundane, because we've gone to the same trash can 60 times now, and I can't imagine. I'm doing better. My eyes are still jacked a little bit, but I'm doing better. It was monotonous for me to even film it, so I can't even imagine on the watching end of it. And maybe it got monotonous because we haven't really had very many wins. Like it felt like it was almost obligatory, like we needed to go and do it, because if we didn't go do it, we might miss something, because it just felt like every time we went out there was nothing there. And so it was like I felt obligated to, like, let's go back, let's go back, let's go back. And we've gone out a bunch of times with the anticipation of filming, but there wasn't anything to film. So order a case from me. I don't know about that one. I try not to sell things. I did send I sent a flat rate box to a H.A.L.O squad in the Middle East that was full of pistachios. Bubbles is off doing his own thing right now. Goes in cycles. He's actually found a job that he likes, and he's working. That guy works all day, every day, 7 days a week. He's got a one-track mind, and when he's in that mode, I'll let him go make his money. And perhaps sometimes, perhaps at some point in the future. Oh, and I see Bubbles. He rides by on his bike every day. We talk, but it's like 5 minutes. So once he gets off of the track of out making all of his money and enjoying buying things and what have you, because he does, he kind of cycles. He'll get burned out, and then he'll take 3 weeks off, because that's what it is. So whenever that happens, I'm sure there'll be another video with Bubbles. I still have one nasty soda to drink with him. It is cream corn flavor, and I still have a brand new bottle of hot sauce that's supposed to be like burn your face off hot, but we haven't got there yet. And as far as taking him out at night, by the time he gets home at the end of the day, there's no taking him out dumpster diving. Got the house a whole new one. What? Where did I miss something from Teresa here? Maybe I did. We got the house a whole new one. Did you move into a new house? Something that's interesting, that's a new feature here for those of you people who are missing the live stream. Thank you for coming back and watching all this. It's going to have the real-time chat on the side as it happened, even when it's not live. It's still going to, if you leave it not full screen, you'll be able to see the chat as it happens. Awesome. Good to see you got in a new house. I'm so tired of pollen. I'm glad you watch them, because it at least supports a hobby that supports a good cause. Hello, Hilda Rose. I don't care if I ever, really make any money from this channel. I'm just glad that it's no longer costing me to, it's at least breaking even, which is good. Watching from Kentucky. Seems to be a whole bunch of you guys from Kentucky and Alabama that watch my show. Nothing stereotypically Southern about that, right? I live in the South too. Don't take offense. Got to learn to watching from England. So it's like 5 o'clock rush hour. You like sitting on a bus or a train, or are you sitting in traffic, or have you made it home already? I'd be always curious to go spend, like, you know, just a week shadowing somebody at their job somewhere in England. But old West Virginia. There's a documentary that was made by Johnny Knoxville called The Wild and Wonderful Whites from West Virginia. You should check it out. No, I think it would be interesting to, you're having a bath. Oh, Lord. Touch it so, hey, you touch it more than twice, you're playing with it. Nah. No, to shadow just somebody who's got to commute in a completely different way. Like, I drive a truck to where I have to go. My wife drives a Jeep. Public transportation is nothing. I go cut grass. She goes and teaches school. Like, I'd like to go and, I don't know, see what somebody who works for BBC Three does for a week and ride the train with them, you know? Cancer 3 times. Well, you must be one tough broad. Because if you've had it 3 times and you're still talking to me, it ain't got your ass yet. We're suffering from snow in the UK at the moment. What about the Mothman? Look at all the people you help and all of us who enjoy watching no matter what content you do. Oh, well. I just try to do what I'm doing. We are snowed in. Well, we were. I took those go-kart videos down. Well, they're not down. They're just private listed at the moment. But when we got the beginning of January, we got like 8 inches of snow. In some areas, 10 inches, I think, maybe up in Somerville, or maybe it was 6 and 8 inches. I took the go-kart I built for the kid that she didn't want anything to do with and went and rode it. Had a blast. What's up, Zafara? Southeast Georgia. Now, we decided on Sunday, and there was a clip that got uploaded to the Facebook group. The wife was like, take out the go-kart. Well, we took the go-kart out again on Sunday. I'd tell you to thank him for his service, but he's since passed on. I'll thank you for him serving. Lost a kidney, I'm still good. Keep the animals feeding on the farm. Hey, foot deep. Yes. Now, we took the go-kart out on Sunday, and yeah, in my infinite wisdom, I let Ricky ride the go-kart, and surprisingly, he didn't have any issues with it. I tried to power brake slide the thing in a 180, and I rolled it over on top of myself. That was a blast. I got a big old bruise on the side of my knee. My leg got all cut up over here. Trying to think. I didn't fare too bad, all things considered. Considering I rolled a go-kart with no roll cage over on its side. I ripped through a pair of Dickies shorts. Like, I ripped the pocket off of them, which that's saying something. You know, no helmet, no gloves. Of course, you know me, I don't wear gloves for anything other than doing pine straw. And yeah, I got fairly banged up, but it could have been worse. Which reminds me, I need to put a coat of paint on that thing again, where it dumped over. I'm not sure which was a worse idea, letting Ricky ride it or trying to power slide it on pavement. Cheryl's Ford, North Carolina. The license plates on the ceiling goes with the rest of the house that's eclectic, and there used to be more license plates on the ceiling, and then one day, about 3 o'clock in the morning, they started falling out of the ceiling. The tacks weren't holding them. But yeah, they're up there because my entire house is eclectic. If you actually walked around inside of here, you'd lose your shit trying to look at everything that I've got. Ricky's got plenty of family. He's got an ex-wife, he's got an ex-girlfriend, he's got a son, he's got a daughter. But he won't quit drinking. And he chooses being drunk from the time he gets out of bed in the morning till the time he goes to sleep at night. Every day. And So everybody's kicked him out, and he sleeps in the bushes. What is E6000? Now, hey, that was my own damn fault. Now, ended up in the ER after an ambulance ride last night. That was not my fault. We were driving down the road. My eyes, my lips, everything started to swell up. My hands started to, like, lock up. And I thought I was dying. And the wife pulled into a Subway parking lot, and we hadn't put any Benadryl in the new Jeep yet. So my options at that point, I got out of the car, and there were some people walking out of the Subway, you know, and I'm over here like I can barely breathe, I can barely stand. I'm like, "Do you have any Benadryl?" And the guy with the man bun pretended that I wasn't even standing there. At which point I proceeded to run across 4 lanes of rush hour traffic and not get ran over to make it to the fire station. I have no idea why that happened. And as far as gluing license plates to the steering wheel, I'm on Benadryl at the moment, can you tell? As far as gluing license plates to the ceiling, I'm not gluing anything to the ceiling. And what made me first dumpster dive? Because I looked at YouTube subjectively, and I went out there and I looked at what was getting hits and what was something that I could plausibly do within my area. And I looked at it and I figured out what I could do better with it. But then before I figured out that I could go out and do better dumpster diving videos than any of the bullshit that I was watching, I needed to figure out where it was I was going to take all my stuff. And I know that Charleston has a very large military presence, and we first started, we thought about taking it to the VA, and that wasn't it. And then we called up to the Air Force Base, and they didn't have anything to do with it. We called over to the Naval Weapons Station. They referred us to 180 Place. We called 180 Place, and turns out they are the only shelter in the state that houses female veterans and their children, and they also house regular veterans as well. So it was at that point that it was like, all right, I've got a plan. I've got a good place to take the stuff if I can find it. But to be honest with you, I didn't know if I was going to find anything because I'd never gone out. And if you watch from beginning to end, there's a few videos in there that I had to delete because they had the kid in it, so there's a handful of them missing along the way, numerically. But, hell yeah, I find some good stuff. I got a box of it behind me. But you can see, you know, the videos got progressively more put together as far as knowing where we were going. Well, I'll tell you what, fly to South Carolina and we'll take you out in the Jeep. You know, and then it got to the point where the little knockoff GoPros I was using started being shitty, and then we filmed a bunch on phones after that. I was bitching and complaining about that, and then I finally found my 20 megapixel Sony camera. I mean, clickbait and lie, you know. Well, see, I've gotten to the point, well, I'm glad I can do things for the military. I've gotten to the point where I stopped bringing shit home that isn't food. Because I don't want to sell anything for the most part. I mean, brand new in the box. That safe was brand new in the box. She's not here right now, Eileen. But, you know, I didn't feel so bad about that because I had to work to get that thing out of that trash can, and I sold it to buy this laptop that I'm on. But otherwise, if it's not something that I can donate to the shelter or wires for bubbles. All right, Hilda, see you later. And then sometimes I find myself, I bring stuff home anyway, and it's like, I look at it for a week, and it's like, fuck, why did I bring this home? Like right now, we went and drove around the neighborhood on Sunday before we went out and rode the go-kart. And she is a very nice lady. That's why I married her. We drove around, and we found my mother a barbecue that it's a little rusty on the inside, but it ain't nothing a little bit of oven cleaner can't clean. The thing even had a cover, a propane barbecue. 2 propane tanks, a bag of charcoal, and some stuff for my garden, just driving around in the neighborhood. But it's now Friday, and I still have 2 propane tanks, a bag of charcoal, and stuff for the garden in the back of my truck that I've done nothing with. And it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with it? And I find myself gathering things that I don't need. And in an effort to not be a hoarder, because my house is already eclectic as all get out. Monetarily, I think the best thing that I've ever found was that safe. One of the most functional things. Do I have an auction in the area that you bring to? The auction houses here charge an astronomical amount. The consignment store and the auction house, they both charge like 30% on top of it. Plus, you got to have a business license and all this shit. Like, I'm licensed to landscape over there. I'm not licensed for business where they're at. But back to the best thing I ever found in the dumpster. I'd say functionality-wise for my house at the moment. Well, I found that bookshelf. Wow, I don't know if I just gave something away. I found a bookshelf, and I don't remember which one it was in because I edited 4 videos before I uploaded the Season 2, Episode 1. But the bookshelf was fully built, and next to my TV stand that came from side of the road trash, next to my model car case that came from side of the road trash. I built the bookcase and put it next to my front door. Let's see what happens if I unplug this. I think it still streams. I'm gonna have to stand here for a minute before I, because of the delay in the video, to see. Hello from Scotland. Let's see. There's the bookshelf. But then my TV, that TV stand came from side of the road trash. And then this case that all my model cars are in here that I built came off the side of the road. It's hard to aim this with the delay. But I'm trying to think. I got a table over here that came from the trash. Little fish tank came from the trash. Little dolly thing that came from the trash. I got the cat scratcher that came from the trash. I mean, I find all kinds of stuff, but if I don't have a use for it, I need to get rid of it. And that's the biggest problem I'm finding, is not having uses for things that I can't donate. Let's see who sent me a message this time. This is probably the wife. Yeah, that was the wife. I told her everybody says hi. She's taking a half day today because little nobody's got some sort of a some sort of an event this evening. I don't know. I didn't read the email. I just know that it's going to require that I drive 33 miles one direction to where her school is at and sit in the parking lot for 3 hours because they're having some sort of a social gathering where they're trying to introduce the lower school kids to the wait, what? Did I just do that? Oops. Oh, that was my mother, not my wife. Anyway, we're not going out tonight because the kid's here. I'm not taking her out anymore. You can thank her mother for that. Yeah, it was very wasteful. And I try to save as much stuff as I possibly can. You know, people need to eat. $580 bookcase. This stuff I found is on eBay. My new job, self-employment. Well, I mean, if that's what you do and to support yourself, do what you got to do. I just, we do well enough on our own that I don't, you know, I'm going to stand this way. I have a hard time seeing this. Yeah, she did. And I mean, if I really wanted to hit the thrift store dumpsters around here, you know, there's retail, and then there's the Kids with Cancer thrift store that I could hit. I'm glad you like them, Sharon. The thing is with that Kids with Cancer thrift store, if you go back about 40 videos, give or take, that woman called the cops on us. And she has since hired she's got a security guard to sit next to her trash can at night. And he's there, I want to say 5 nights out of the week, until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, because we drove by once and he wasn't there. But anyway, I guess if I really wanted to hit it, that dumpster is full every single day. I mean, you could start a used clothing store, or, you know, a booth at the flea market with just the clothes and shoes that they throw in that trash can. But I mean, with the wife being a school teacher and the amount of landscaping work that I'm able to drum up, walking the dog, freezing your boobs, yeah, well, that store's a front. Now, I do well enough with the landscaping work that I do that I'm only really have to work. I mean, when I say I go back full-time, I'm only really working part-time, and I'm still able to, you know, I'm only out 20 or 25 hours a week in the heat, and then I'm able to keep up with the house. That way the wife doesn't have to. Yeah, I can only imagine. I mean, the guy only probably makes like $10 an hour, but still. Oh my God. And it's because guys like that fuckstick right there, big chili. Like, dude, get a fucking life. Sorry, had to get rid of that guy. Fucking dick. And your point? Not a big fan of them either. Fucking lying sacks of shit. Alright. Hide user. Yeah. And it's assholes like him making comments on my video, which is part of the reason why my kid is no longer on YouTube with me. Yeah, we'll go back inside. What the fuck all that was about. Put a can of chili up my ass and slide it out like peanut butter. I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of their kids, or I don't know, man. They've got some really, well, they've got some really fucking immature fans. I'll tell them that much. I'm not gonna attack them anymore as people, because I've already gone down that road. That shit's over. They're doing their thing and I'm doing my thing. But some of the comments I got on that video, they have some really, no, I don't vape. They have some really immature fans that I'm sure somebody is watching this and is gonna go over and tell them and blah 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 blah. I don't give a fuck. You can come back in like 3 days and you can probably see some of the shit that'll be commenting on here. I don't know. There's so many people in their fan base that just, I've got shitty grammar, okay? I've got terrible grammar, terrible spelling. And I look at some of the shit that the people were writing on my videos, and it wasn't even, anyway, it wasn't even literate. I'm sure somebody's stirring up a shitstorm right now. And I bet if I'd stayed here for like 15 more minutes, I'd probably get some more people coming in here. Hey, look. There's my mother. I'd probably get one of their people coming over here in my live video going, "Oh, you're a fucker. Fucker. You missed all the fun, Mom. I had to delete somebody's comment. They told me they wanted me to stuff a can of chili up my ass and shit it out like peanut butter. Welcome to YouTube." People wonder why I'm not putting my kid on YouTube anymore, right? Oh, missed all the fun. I wonder if that video... Yeah, I don't think I told her that I rolled over the go-kart. That was a blast. There's so much delay here that by the time she's seeing what I'm saying, it's probably already 45 seconds out. I wouldn't go so far as to say some people really should never have been born. However, some people are very low-quality individuals and make really bad decisions. And that big chili guy, that is it. You know, I don't have an issue. I don't even know where that thought was going at the moment. I try to make the best decisions that I can in my life, and I oftentimes don't make the best decisions. I try to be, but people in general suck. So I oftentimes find myself being a rude asshole for having to put up with bullshit that people shouldn't have to put up with. Like, no, I'm not. I'm just speaking on people in general. As Simone said, I'm a nice person, and I try to be a genuinely nice person. But sometimes I just get irritated. And I got to end up being rude with people. I'll be at the grocery store, and it's like, you know, there'll be a couple of batty young broads that are there at the self-checkout, you know, and I've got one thing, you know, that costs $1. And they're taking up 2 self-checkout lanes, and they're standing there laughing and blah, 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 and it's like, they act like they're the only people in the fucking world. Like, you're not even using this checkout, but your shit is sitting all over it, and I just want to go, I want to buy this for $1 and get out of here. You know, and then you got to say something to them, and then everybody around you looks at you like you're an asshole because you were like, so what, do you think you're the only person in the world? I've been standing here for 5 minutes while you batty bitches have been chatting back and forth with each other. Like, do you not notice me standing here? And it's that kind of stuff that when I go out in public and people are not courteous of other folks, where they don't listen. Listening is a big thing. Well, and more often than not, I find myself being an asshole in public. And I don't know. It's like, use your ears, use your eyes, pay attention, listen. It's not that difficult, you know. I even get frustrated with the wife. I was trying to sleep this morning, and she kept thrashing around and was snoring. So I put a pillow over her face, came downstairs and laid on the couch. It was just like, fuck, I've been dealing with this for 45 minutes now. You know, 3 o'clock in the morning. I get agitated. Anyway. So, I'll ask one more time. I know the majority of you have been here since the beginning of this video, but, you know, you snoring in my ear, I'm going to put a pillow on your face. All right, Monica. So, last little time I'll ask this here for who's new here. I'm still on Benadryl. Thoughts on the last two videos I uploaded, the Breaking Bad and the Law and Order. Well, I'm glad you're binge watching, Katie. Shoot me an email. I'll send you a postcard, because it only costs, I think the equivalent in pounds, something like £1.40. So I'll you want a postcard, shoot me an email, nobuddystravels@gmail. Well, the next two, one is Trailer Park Boys themed. That one will be Sunday, will be the Trailer Park Boys themed video going out. However, every video for this season 2 is going to have a different theme. Like Breaking Bad, my dad's from the UK, hey, love the vids. No Bubbles in the video, he's doing his own thing still. No Ricky, just themed. And then the next one that's coming out on Tuesday is going to be Wayne's World. So, just having fun playing around with the software, you know, clipping things together, getting away with using like 14.6 seconds of audio and video, and then they can't give you a copyright strike, because I think it's 14.8 seconds of somebody else's content. They give you a copyright strike. Yeah. Playing around with fonts and text, and I'm going to try to do a different theme for every single episode. So, well, like in the beginning of the Breaking Bad episode, how I used that little clip right there. If you were to split that piece of, because I don't like Batman, if you split that piece of audio down, you got to be under 14.7 seconds to not get a copyright. So if you were to look at that thing in the video editing software under a microscope, as it were, that one's like 14.68 seconds, that Breaking Bad clip, that like I'm like 0.01 of a second away from that being considered copyright, and the person who created that song getting the royalties for the entire video because I used a snippet of their, you know, just like with the Law and Order sound effect is only bump bump. There's nothing they can do about that because it's under 15 seconds. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here as well. Well, no, you just gotta watch what you're doing in the video editing software, and it's fine. I learned it the hard way, though, in the past, and then I had to read and read and read and read and read, and like I was only using 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Nope. Got to be under. Yeah, well, I think you'll like the Wayne's World video. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go for now. I'm only going to make these videos typically about 30 minutes. I just had a bunch of other stuff to talk about. So these are typically going to be, again, Thursday evenings to talk about the 2 episodes let out for the week and whatever else you guys might want to talk about. So thanks for coming around. There's some addresses down below if you want to send some care packages to some folks in the military. I'm still waiting on other people to email me some addresses to send things to their soldiers. Anyway, peace out, Girl Scout.